Star Trek Strange New Worlds musical worked because of two genius tricks. Star Trek Strange New Worlds musical episode worked wonderfully thanks to two ingenious tricks woven into the characters and story. Written by Dana Horgan and Bill Wolkoff, and directed by Dermot Downes, with original songs composed by Tom Pulse and Kay Hanley of Letters to Cleo, Star Trek's first-ever musical, Subspace Rhapsody, may be the defining hour of Strange New Worlds. Not only did the Subspace Rhapsody's soundtrack top the Apple Music charts, but there have been sing-along panels at WonderCon and IGN Live where audiences belted out the songs back to Star Trek Strange New Worlds characters. Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 2, Episode 9, Subspace Rhapsody, saw the Starship Enterprise investigate an unusual subspace fold. After sending a song into the phenomenon, the Enterprise crew find themselves singing and dancing according to the laws of musicals. However, Captain Christopher Pike, Anson Mount, and his crew soon learn that other starships, including the Klingons, are also affected, and the growing improbability field threatens to engulf the galaxy. According to the rules of musicals, a grand finale musical number is needed to overload the improbability field, and the Enterprise crew rises to the occasion, with a full-stop performance that brings back reality without singing and dancing. Star Trek Strange New Worlds songs were pure character development. There's no question the songs in Star Trek Strange New Worlds musical are catchy and memorable, but the first brilliant trick by songwriters Tom Pulse and Kay Hanley was to tie each track to the innermost desires of Strange New Worlds characters, making every song, whether giddy or serious, pure character development. When each Enterprise crew member sings, it's about something vital to their character. In most cases, each song vocalizes a hidden truth or personal pain that the Enterprise's characters have been struggling with since Strange New Worlds began. The Strange New Worlds characters whose innermost demons were most affected are Captain Christopher Pike, LT, Layan Noonien Singh, Christina Chong, Nurse Christine Chappell, Jess Bush, Ensign Nyota Uhura, Celia Rose Gooding, and Lieutenant Spock, Ethan Peck. In Captain Pike's case, Chris and his paramour, Captain Marie Battelle, Melanie Scrofano, were deeply embarrassed to air out their relationship issues to the Enterprise's bridge crew in a private conversation. Uhura came to terms with her true purpose on the Starship Enterprise with the show-stopping "Keep Us Connected." Meanwhile, Nurse Chapel comes to the revelation that she has to break up with Spock to further her career ambitions, but she does so in front of the Enterprise crew with a big musical number, "I'm Ready." A humiliated Spock vocalized his feelings about Chapel, realizing, "I'm the X." However, Layan faced her own heartbreak that began when she fell in love with and lost in alternate reality Captain James T. Kirk, Paul Wesley, in Strange New Worlds Season 2, Episode 3, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. With the LT, James T. Kirk of Star Trek's Prime Universe now in her life, Layan bravely decided to change my paradigm with her riveting, "How would that feel?" Strange New Worlds musical had a sky-fi reason that threatened Star Trek's universe. Star Trek Strange New Worlds might have gotten away with staging a musical purely as a gimmick, with no explanation for why the Starship Enterprise crew is singing and dancing. However, Strange New Worlds producers and songwriters laudably had a greater ambition. The other ingenious trick that made Strange New Worlds musical work is that the subspace improbability field threatened the entire Star Trek universe. The musical phenomenon wasn't restricted to the USS Enterprise, and the whole galaxy would soon be folded into the singularity. When Subspace Rhapsody, the 9th episode of Star Trek Strange New Worlds' second season, was announced as a musical, many fans were intrigued, others skeptical. Musical episodes in genre television can be a risky endeavor, with the potential to feel gimmicky or out of place. However, the creative team behind Strange New Worlds managed to pull off an impressive, entertaining, and surprisingly emotional hour of television that fits seamlessly into the broader narrative of the series. They achieved this through two genius tricks: grounding the musical format in the show's universe and using the music to explore character development in a way that transcended typical episodic storytelling. Trick 1. Grounding the musical in Star Trek's scientific framework. One of the reasons why musicals can feel jarring in sci-fi settings is the contrast between the genre's emphasis on logic, science, and realism, and the often fantastical nature of musical theater. However, Strange New Worlds overcame this challenge by cleverly incorporating the musical premise within the framework of Star Trek's existing science fiction logic. Instead of characters breaking into song for no apparent reason, The musical format was explained as a side effect of an in-universe anomaly. In Subspace Rhapsody, the crew encounters a subspace fault, an unusual phenomenon that generates a massive energy surge across the ship and inexplicably causes everyone to sing their thoughts and emotions rather than speaking them. By tying the musical occurrences to a tangible, though fictional, sci-fi phenomenon, the show justified the sudden shift in tone while maintaining Star Trek's dedication to its scientific core. This decision made the transition from dialogue to song not only believable within the world of Star Trek, but also added an element of urgency and stakes, as the characters had to figure out how to stop the anomaly from spreading while also dealing with the emotional vulnerability that the singing imposed on them. This narrative device echoes a long tradition in Star Trek of using strange phenomena to explore deeper truths about the characters. From the Naked Time virus in the original series that made crew members lose their inhibitions to the mind-altering effects of the game in The Next Generation, Star Trek has often used bizarre space anomalies as a way to peel back layers of its characters' inner lives. In this way, Subspace Rhapsody fits neatly into the Star Trek canon while also being something completely new. The musical aspect feels like a natural extension of the universe, rather than an out-of-the-blue creative experiment. Trick 2. Using music to deepen character development. The second genius trick that made Subspace Rhapsody work was its use of the musical format to deepen character development in a way that traditional dialogue scenes might not have been able to accomplish. Music has a unique ability to express emotions more directly and intensely than spoken words. By leaning into this emotional expressiveness, the episode allowed characters to confront their feelings in raw and unfiltered ways, leading to significant character growth. For instance, one of the most moving storylines in the episode involves LT, Spock, and Nurse Christine Chapel. Throughout Strange New Worlds, their relationship has been marked by tension and uncertainty, especially as Spock grapples with his human and Vulcan sides. In the musical episode, their feelings come to the surface in a way that feels natural for both the characters and the heightened musical format. Spock, a character known for his internalized emotions, is forced to express his vulnerability in song, which opens the door for Christine to respond with her own ambivalence about their relationship. The music helps strip away the guardedness that both characters often hide behind, creating a poignant, emotional payoff that might have felt out of place or overly melodramatic in a traditional format. Another example of the music-enhancing character development comes from Captain Pike. His relationship with his fiancée, Captain Battelle, has been strained, but he has struggled to openly communicate his doubts and fears. In Subspace Rhapsody, the musical anomaly compels him to sing about his feelings, allowing Pike to vocalize what he's been holding back. This not only creates a touching moment of vulnerability for Pike, but it also moves his arc forward in a meaningful way, as he begins to reconcile his personal relationships with the enormous weight of his responsibilities as captain. The musical episode also provided opportunities for humor and levity that still contributed to character development. For example, Lan Noonien Singh, a character known for her stoicism, is forced into a hilariously awkward situation when,